First, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your night and busy schedules to listen to me talk. I appreciate it. Second, if you see me reach for my water, I'm so sorry. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm like that annoying girl who like keeps coughing, and you're like, "Please stop and shut up." Anyways, but today I'm going to be going over growing your client base, strategies for freelance social media management. Um, and yeah, so the agenda for today will be 6 steps to finding clients, my own personal proposal process, my creative process, and then just some tips and tricks when it comes to creating content. And then hopefully we can go over a Q&A. A little bit about me. I'm Carissa. I would call myself a social media specialist. I recently got a master's in human experience design, but I don't use that degree because I am in social media now. Currently, I'm actually a senior social media community manager for the car brand Kia. And I also am the owner of my own agency called Carissa Style Creative. So I was able to hear a lot about all of y'all, which I'm so glad to get an intro. But maybe if like some people can maybe say, what brought you to this class, if there's something that you're hoping to hear about, I would love to make sure that I am speaking on that, or maybe where you are in your journey of are you trying to maybe find more clients? Are you more on the side of you're looking, at creating some content? Where are you in like kind of the journey of like social media or maybe like freelance social media management? What are you kind of in that realm? If maybe some people, not everyone has to speak.
This
I'll take it.
Great.
Yeah, I am not very good at finding clients for any of the things that I do. It's definitely my biggest hurdle to success. I don't really like I've read courses on it, but I just don't really know where to start. And it's just like putting yourself out there and like actually asking people if they need help or want help or if anything that you are offering is even valuable to them.
Mm.
I think that's really hard for me.
Yep. Totally makes sense.
And you have another one in the chat that also is finding more clients.
Okay, great.
And this is Sandy. Could I just add?
Yeah, go for it.
So, hi, I'm retired, and I have to tell you, lovely. All of you young women are lovely. It's so impressive. You guys crush it. So, you guys are really impressive. So, with that, I was always sales and B2B, and I was in software and technology. So, I am starting an online company. I do have 2 partners, and one of them is marketing. I have a CTO and I have a marketing manager, but it's my money and my company. And so I want to understand marketing, what's going on. There's so much that is just in the last 2.5 years since I've retired that has grown by leaps and bounds. And so I'm here to just really be exposed to what is going on with marketing via social media. Especially, here's something we're interested in because I'm the money behind this company and it's a shoestring budget. And so any free marketing that we can do, so I'm interested in hearing just about what's out there, how to best promote your online company. I'm in the travel industry, B2C, and especially any free ideas to get started.
Great.
Can I add something that I would really like to ask you?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 things. One, I wanted to understand about how you create creative content, because I think sometimes being from the creative side, you do have blockages, and how do you probably overcome that entire aspect? And if you do use any AI tools in your journey to speed up the process, to make it more creative, then what is that? And yeah, just something around that.
Okay, great. So thank you for sharing that. And I hope you at least gain something from this presentation. And definitely we can, talk after too if you guys have questions specifically on like building content. For this, I'm going to be really kind of focusing on, finding clients and kind of that aspect. But we can definitely talk about that at the end as well. So, 6 steps to finding clients. Step one, I know this sounds cliche, but it really is just start. I can't tell you guys, I really thought I was like, I'm gonna go into tech or I'm gonna go and just, go into my job. And I had no idea I was actually gonna go into the social media field. But I just moved to Long Beach and I ended up messaging someone and saying, hey, I'm a photographer in the area. Do you need someone? And they just happened to say yes. So that's kind of how I just started. I didn't have any professional background. I had never taken any photos paid, but I just said I did. Um, so just start. Don't worry so much about, you get so excited about your brand and, the colors and the feed and what it's going to look like and the fonts. I can't tell you how much time I spent on what palm tree I wanted for my logo. But that isn't the top priority right now. When you're, looking for clients, you just want to start. You want to go and you want to find these clients because that is most important. And you can worry about those things after. Stop caring about also so much about what people think, because they're your biggest supporters. They should be your biggest supporters. And I promise you, I've had to learn myself. People are not, awake at night thinking, I can't believe Carissa posted that and she only got 2 likes. Like, no one cares and they have their other things to worry about. So don't worry and just start. So, step two. So, finding your ideal client. Think about first who is your ideal client, right? Who are they? What kind of business, do they have? What kind of business do they own? Picture someone right now who is like your perfect ideal client. And then I want you to lower those standards very quickly. Um, Something for me, so I focus primarily content with like restaurant, cafe, hospitality. And for me, it was like, I'm gonna get, a nice, French pastry baker and it's gonna be so cute in the cafe and it's gonna be so sweet. No, restaurant industry is very volatile. They are known for having no money to spend, and they I've dealt with a lot of mean men, I guess I will say. And again, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know anything about social media usually. These are usually older business owners, and they just assume I can just have my manager do it. I can just get someone to just post some things. And you guys have seen, you'll go and you'll look at their Instagram pages, and it's not great, right? So just making sure, and this depends too. Are you wanting to go with a restaurant owner? For me, I know I don't want to work with real estate agents because I've heard that they are pretty difficult to work with. But maybe do I want to go work with a med spa? And I want to go work with those women and I want to go work in Newport Beach or I want to work with that local cafe and that business that I usually go to in Long Beach. So it's really making sure that you're kind of picturing, like who your niche is, but not making, setting those realistic expectations of what that client is going to look like. And it's not going to maybe look like what you want in the beginning.
Okay.
So step three, look at your, network right now. Your friends and family, they want to help you more than you know. Think about your friends, think about your family, think about the people, in their social networks who would need social media help. Hint, everyone needs social media help. I don't know how many times I've, told someone, oh, I do some social media. Oh my gosh, I have a question about this, or how do you do this? I have no idea how to do this. Everyone wants it, everyone needs it. So you are bound to find someone that you're going to be able to help. As you guys know, most of the time it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, it's about your network. And then I'm going to give you guys my secret tip, and I better see y'all, everyone, at these Chamber of Commerce events, okay? This is like the mother lode of all your business clientele. Any single city that you live in, they're going to have a business association, they're going to have a Chamber of Commerce website or some type of event. So I'll look up Long Beach, Seal Beach, LA. And literally any city, I'll go on their website. They will always have some sort of like networking event. Excuse me. They will always have some sort of networking event. It'll be like a breakfast or a lunch. Oh, so it'll usually be like a $25 thing, but you got to pay sometimes to get into these things for the investment of your business. But I go to these Chamber of Commerce events. It's a bunch of business owners that come together and they just are meeting each other and they're saying, I do this business, I do this business. I always go. I'm one, usually the youngest, two, usually the only social media person. So as you can imagine, I'm the one that everyone is flocking to because again, everyone needs social media help. So they're always coming to me after, can I get your business card? Can I talk to you about this? I need your help so much. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use you, blah, blah. So use that stuff to your advantage, go in person and make those connections, because that's where you're gonna find so many business owners that truly need the help. Okay. So, yes, use your network, but also remember that this could also be a numbers game. I have also found clients by literally blasting their social media accounts. So I'll go to a bunch of social media accounts that I would think would make sense for me. Um, so usually what I'll do is let's say in Long Beach, I'll look up the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce website. They'll usually have a huge list of all the restaurants, all the boutiques, all the hospitality, and I'll literally go and I'll search up these social media accounts. And I want to search one though first. How does their social media look currently? Because if it looks great, I'm not going to waste my time by going and contacting them because it's probably going to be their social media person that's seeing it anyways. They're going to delete the message. But I found a lot of people where it's like their owners are just like kind of managing the account and it's like, oh yeah, actually, can you come in and talk? So I'll literally copy and paste messages to them. Hey, I'm a social media manager in the area. I'm offering a special deal for this month and I'd love to, blah, 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 talk, talk, talk. Um, Also calling the places. Again, excuse me. Calling the places. I think people like get nervous, like calling or like talking or don't not knowing what to say. I guess for me, maybe it is just like the confidence thing, but I do remind myself, I'm like, I'm behind a screen. Like if I get nervous, just hang up, or like I'm never gonna see them again if it doesn't go well, or like the worst they can say is no, and I'll just hang up, or like it's not the end of the world, and don't worry about it. But when I'm calling these places, the most important thing that I make sure to do, I'm not calling them saying, "Hey, could I speak to your manager?" Just because they're gonna be like, well, why? Or who are you? Could I ask who's calling? No. And then it's just like well, you have to contact the blah, blah, blah. I always call and I say, hi, I would love to speak to the person who currently manages your social media account. You say, oh, actually, this person does, or actually, we don't have anyone that manages currently. Okay, great. There's your in. So I'd love to talk to you about this. So calling these places, or just going into the places yourself. So even think about the places that you go to now. Think about the cafes that you're going to. Think about the facials that you're getting, or think about, when I don't know, just anything that you're going to. There's a place that might need social media. And if you don't want to ask, you can always look at their social media first to say, hey, I think you would really benefit from this. Uh, or have you ever thought about this? I'd love to help you in some sort of way. That could always be a good way too. So with that, in networking and talking with people, the best way to learn is to literally do it and to just try again and again and again. Because I will tell you, you will get many, 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 many no's before you get one yes. It can definitely get discouraging, but you just have to remember, I got that one yes before, so it's going to have to happen again. And the more you do it, you're just going to gain more confidence, you're going to gain more experience. And in the end, this is really just building your portfolio and you're teaching yourself through either these passion projects, these fake projects that you're doing to build it, or again, you're offering to do it to your friends, to your family, to these small business owners. And I know I've heard, different things about doing free work and not doing free work. If you're in the beginning and you're trying to find these clients, I I don't see the problem with doing some free work, obviously not for a long time or doing it for a low price. It really just depends on like your confidence in this. But and it doesn't even have to be like, hey, if you are with me, then you are in this contract for, 6+ months and you have to give me this monthly retainer. It's like, how about maybe they just need 1 month of content? Let's start with 1 month and, maybe we can work our way from there. Um, Work with them to see what they need. And you can always work to see, okay, well, maybe for your price, I can help you with this. Or, maybe I can't give you this, but I can just help you at least. You just want to create that good like rapport to know like you are going to provide them something valuable no matter what. People have always like been like, can you help me with this? And if it's like, if I can help them and it's gonna like take a little bit of time, I'm just gonna help them because they don't know what they're doing. I can do it like that. So I don't mind like helping them because they're gonna remember me as like she knows she helped me. And I know someone else that needs it, or you know what, I remember that I do need it, so I'm gonna go with her. Um And in the end, the experience is just going to give you the confidence and the knowledge that you need to work with more and more clients, which is obviously what you want. Because yes, you can start charging little and get more clients. You obviously don't want to burn yourself out, but that's where you can say, I'm going to give you this price for 3 months and then I'm going to raise my pricing. So get those clients and then you can start raising those prices. The most important thing is actually getting the client. So building your personal brand, this is something that I have definitely struggled with. I already post so much social media on other accounts. The last thing I want to do is just post on my personal account. But I will say this is something that I've heard is probably the most important thing that you can do so that you don't have to do outbound. Um, think about it. Like if you are building your portfolio, if you're building your portfolio, this is where you can share like your personality, your insights, to show your knowledge. And people are looking to that. They're looking to you as a leader in your industry. Even if you feel like you're faking it till you make it, people don't know what they don't know. So again, you have to put yourself in the mind of the business owner. Think of like who a business owner is and what a business owner does. I'm specifically thinking of a restaurant business owner. They don't have the time to think about it. They don't even want to think about it. They have no idea about social media. So when they look to you and you're showing these kinds of insights and knowledge, they're thinking, okay, I'm associating her. She knows something that I don't know, so I have to go with her. And you're just going to stand out because you know something that, other social media people don't know. They're not posting about this stuff, you are. So they're looking to you for that. So they're going to help bring inbound inquiries in time. So in the end, finding your ideal clients, just start, find your ideal client with realistic expectations. Look at your personal network right now. Also remembering it can be a numbers game. Gain that experience and make sure to build your personal brand. And just an action item for you guys. Think about, 3 businesses or people that you can reach out to. Again, you can literally call. Oh my, this is just practice. Remember, I had to learn. I used to say, hi, can I speak to, and it was like, block. So I've had to do those calls though. But again, the worst they can say is no. You'll never see these people again. It's okay. Practice, and the more you do it, the more you familiarize yourself. You're talking, you're getting your groove, and you're just gonna get better with time. So yeah. So a little bit about my process when I'm gaining these clients. First will be a discovery meeting. This is not where I'm talking about pricing. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just talking with them for a quick 15 minutes, 20 minutes. This is when they talk to me. They say, hey, I have a question about like your stuff. Can we talk? Sure. After that, I'll send out the proposal. This is where I will give my pricing, talk a little bit more about, their pillars and what they want. After that, we'll get together with the launch call, we'll do the social media strategy, and then it'll be ongoing social media management. So something that I found that's easy for me and the client is to do a Calendly link. So I'll have this on my website. I'll have this on my Instagram bio. I'll like text it to them when I meet them in person. This way, it'll give a really easy to say, okay, I want, this time, this is works best for me. Great. I'm gonna put my name, my business, maybe what I need help with, and schedule the event. Great. It's on my calendar, it's on their calendar. Done. Some questions that I'm asking in this meeting, again, nothing about like, yeah, sorry. Some questions I'm asking. I want to know about their biggest struggles. I want to know about what works for them. Have they worked with someone before? What are they looking for? What platforms are they looking for? A lot of the time, they have no idea. Um, what is their biggest hurdle? They want more money. They want more customers. They want more people coming into their business. Okay, great. So this is where I'm also understanding, okay, well, what's your budget? What are we working with right now? And what's the timeline? But again, they usually don't know, and that's totally okay. This is just for me to understand where they're at right now. Some red flag questions that I've just come across. This is when they're asking, like, can you send me an itemized breakdown of your pricing? That just shows to me that they're cheap. And they are going to be looking at every single thing that you are charging, making it just gets a little bit complicated. Or they're saying, oh, we want someone part-time, but we want them to post 5 days a week. Okay, part-time for 5 days a week, that's a little bit difficult. And it's like, okay, you don't know the strategy, but you're gonna be on me about 5 days, and it gets difficult with, yeah, understanding that. Again, when you're just starting, you're kind of like balancing, do I just take it or do I not? But these are just questions that I'm currently asking now in my process. Make sure I'm good on time. Okay. Some proposal tips. So this is when I'm actually sending out the proposal when, the initial meeting is done. Again, this is your chance to show that how you are going to solve their problem. What's their problem? I need more customers in my business. I need more sales. Remember, just having their business out there to say, hey, we're here in people's view, that's already enough value. And good quality content, that's already enough value. Remember, you guys, most of you, I'm sure you're the ones on Instagram, you're the ones on TikTok, you are the audience. So making sure that you're emphasizing to, the client, I'm the audience. I know what you want to see. I know what I want to see. So yeah, just like emphasizing that you are their teacher, and really providing that value. I know it can be difficult trying to provide value to say like what's valuable about social media. Why can't I just use my manager? Again, we have to teach them why it is so valuable. I think it is getting better. Social media, it's starting to become something where it is important for all businesses. Businesses are starting to realize I need it. So just, yeah, emphasizing that you are there to solve their problem. Also, making sure that you're responding within 24 hours. Strike while the iron is hot. This is them, they're so excited. Okay, great. Let's get it rolling. 2 days pass by. You know what? I actually don't know if I have the money. 3 days. I can just get my manager to do it. Actually, no, let's forget it. So they're already done. They're out at this point. So strike while the iron is hot. Do it now. Something that I put in my emails when I'm sending it to, I'll put, PS, I've sent out 3 proposals already, and I only have 2 more spots available until my doors close. I already received a verbal yes. I just want to keep you in the loop. That's totally fake. I haven't sent out 3 proposals. It's psychology though. I want them to get in their heads, oh shoot, I gotta get on this. And I gotta, keep the ball rolling with her, so that I don't lose her. So again, it's just like the faking it till you make it. Again, they don't know what they don't know, and yeah, you want to get the client in the end. So for everyone that came to this class, I want to provide kind of this like little template that you can use. And this will just be a way to, after you're done with the proposal, you can kind of go over, like what are their pillars, what's like the business. And this is just like a breakdown of what you can provide them, all the things that we're providing as social media managers, and kind of the investment, whatever you feel like that would be. And it really just depends. I focus on Instagram. People will focus on TikTok or both, and being able to show your client success. Again, this could be the fake projects, the projects that you're working on with friends and family. Just show, hey, I've done something. So yeah. And last will be my creative process. So yes, watching Reels and TikTok is actual work. No, it's not work when I'm at 10 p.m. and I'm just like brain rot, like just scrolling, just for entertainment. But it's work when I know, okay, I know I have a shoot for this cafe. I gotta go and I gotta look at this content. I'm scrolling through the reels. I'm looking at the content, what is trending, what looks good, what is the B-roll, what is the way that they're shooting, how is the lighting, how is it structured. I'm saving that content. I'm creating that shot list. I'm remembering to think about it myself. Do I even like watching this content? Do I even like watching my own content that I'm making? If I can't even spend more than 5 seconds on the video that I created, it's not going to be a good video, right? And it's just overall research, with everything. So I will say Pinterest is seriously like the best thing that you can use when you are creating content. This is where I have my shot list. This is where I'm creating these things. And again, especially as a creative person, if I'm in a cafe and I'm doing it every single month, it can get boring and repetitive if I'm just creating the same type of content. I'm going to get that same shot of the coffee. This is where I can get excited about. I want to create like, the shadows, and I want to create, behind the leaf, and I want to get these hands, and I want to try different ways, and it's just going to create better content, better quality content, overall. To Instagram. This is something I will say if you're new to this, or maybe if you don't, you're one of these business owners that you don't want to use a social media person. This is like game changer, and it is templates. So I will show you. So that was a great video, right? Now, right here, she was lovely enough to use as a template. So all I have to do is I grab my videos and I put that in that template that she created. And then I'll change, obviously. So you can like upload your media, and then you can change like the caption here. I know that this video did really well. It's probably going to do really well with mine too. And with that template, they're actually pushing that stuff out, as well as they're pushing out trending audio. So if you go right here, you can see trending audio. You go down to the bottom right, you'll click on the audio, and then you will actually click on this arrow that's trending audio. Same thing with this. They're actually pushing out this trending audio, especially if it's like in the lower ranges of like 10K, 5K. Um, they're pushing that content out. So that's a really great way to kind of be in that creative process and use this stuff to your advantage. Last tips and tricks. This sounds obvious, but always make sure to clean your lens. There is a huge difference I can see when I just took out my phone and, took something where I'm like just cleaning the lens super quick. Two, saving your videos, save them in 1080 because Instagram is going to automatically compress the 4K file, so it doesn't really matter to do that in 4K. When you're shooting content, only shoot in the camera app. And then if you have an iPhone 13 or above, use the cinematic feature. It seriously makes the biggest difference. Like this is such a beautiful, like you don't even need, like she says, you don't need a pro camera to take this. Like it looks like it's a pro camera. It's just an iPhone. You really just need iPhone for this stuff. So use that to your advantage as well as, adding text to provide context. And using some useful websites, socialmediatoday.com. That's where you're going to find all the latest up to date like research and trends on social media, and like making sure that you're just keeping up to date with like all the platforms. Answer the public. That's where you can literally go and say like, what are this target audience? What are they like talking about? What do they want to know about? Um, ChatGPT. I do use this for like captions. I will say you have to be really careful with that stuff though, because if you're just going to use it generically, you just know it's ChatGPT. So making sure that you're like using it to like your specific platform and changing the style to the brand's voice and the brand's tone. But it's really useful. I was gonna say, I know someone had a question. Meta Business. I use Meta Business to schedule everything out. It's free, and I find it really useful and I find it easy because it's directly from Facebook and Instagram. So I know it's going to work. I know some people hate on it though, and I understand it. And then just stalking other Instagram social media creators and learning from them as well. I think it's also important just to learn from other people. Um, this I put like this little light that you put on your phone. This is really important also to have because yeah, sometimes lighting is not in your favor and it's nice to have as well. So I would love to open it up for any questions. Again, this can be about what I talked about. If you have any social media questions, I can answer that as well. But yeah, thank you.
A question.
Thank you so
Do
much.
you, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, I was just gonna ask because you mentioned the light. Do you ever do stuff with like audio for the phone and like what's a good mic that you would recommend? Because
Yeah,
I've recently come across that and I know it gets complicated with the iPhone
yeah.
compared to
So
like classic video gear.
I use this. So
Is that the Rode mic?
yeah. So
Okay.
it plugs into my iPhone, and then I'll put this person because usually I have to do like interviews with people. So I'll put this
Hmm.
in their interview, and then it works really good for me.
Okay. Yeah, that's one I've used before, but I was just curious. Thanks.
Yeah.
So do you only shoot on your iPhone?
So I do photos on my camera, and then I'll
Okay.
do the video, everything on my phone.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Do you have like a portfolio when you send out your proposal or the initial messages, be it social media or via an email?
Yeah. So usually when I'm sending out that little template that I showed you guys, that's where I'll put kind of like my past work. But I'm not usually like providing like I mean, in my website is already showing all the work as well, so they can check out the website. But I will put some like videos that I've done in the past or some photos. I'm just making sure that I'm like creating it to their niche if I do have portfolio pieces to their niche.
Hi, this is Sandy.
Right.
How do you overcome the objection as of like, do you have competition? Well, you know what, I'm going to hire so and so or my neighbor's daughter or blah blah blah. How do you handle overcoming the competition and having them choose you?
Yeah, I think just like giving that like for me, my biggest thing is I always tell the people I'm your all-in-one person. I'm the one that's going to take the content, I'm the one that's going to post the content, I'm the one that's going to like be your all-in-one person because usually what happens is that people need someone who posts the content, but they can't take photos or video. So then they need to hire someone else for video, someone else for photo. So that's my thing is, I say I'm the all-in-one person. I'm flexible and you don't need to worry about someone else. But again, I think it's like making them understand, like I was saying, like I'm the audience, I'm the teacher, I'm like, the young millennial that's going to understand the trends and the research. It's just like making them understand that you are their teacher in a way.
I just want to support you. Again, I was sales forever and ever and ever. And that was an objection. Of course, I always had competition, and you're really smart. Your presentation is very good. And I would totally say, yes, I cold called my whole life and you just have to do it. So really kudos to you. A lot of people are really scared to do that. Um, One-stop shopping as a vendor is what I used to say. And I'm just hearing that's really a lot of value that you bring, that you do everything. Because I bet you ask questions to try to uncover, well, okay, well, is she only going to do the video? And is that person just doing Instagram for you or just TikTok? I can do it all for you. That's good. If that's what you do and that's your niche, I would think that's excellent. So good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have another question. Oh, you go first. I already went. Yeah.
I have a question just because you mentioned that you work full-time for Kia, so you're working corporate. I also work full-time for a corporate company. So how do you balance working for a corporate company and also doing freelance?
Yeah, it's definitely tough, I will say. But I think it's become now to where like for example, with the cafe that I work for, luckily they're really great to where I don't have to like contact them and to say I'm going to come in at this time because I need this. If I come in, I'll talk to the baristas and I know this is what I'm going to get. I'm going to set this chunk of time and this is going to be my time that I'm going to set for them. And I've gotten to a place where it's like I can spend 5 hours for the whole month just for them. So I know, okay, this weekend on a Saturday, I'm just going to spend just taking their content, scheduling their content. They're done, they're scheduled out. I don't have to worry about them for the next month. Um, so with other, people, I think it's just like making sure that you're bunching your time into all the different places and to scheduling, honestly, just using those scheduling tools and using the AI has been really helpful.
Cool. Yeah.
So like how much time would you say you spend on each client a week and still kind of have a life? If you even do, because I don't with all the stuff
Yeah,
I'm doing. So I was wondering that question too.
it really depends. Like for a cafe, I will spend maybe like 3 to 5 hours a month on them. Um, but for example, I do the Belmont Shore Business Association, so they're more like hospitality. I spend a lot longer on them. So my weekends are kind of booked right now, but that's okay. We're learning, we're adjusting to the time and how we're trying to navigate everything.
How about like in terms of pricing?
Yeah.
Like, what if you have people that are like, we don't need you to run our social, we just want like content? Because obviously, like everything's going to be priced differently per client. How do
Mhm.
you approach pricing? That to me is the hardest thing.
Yeah, I will say it's pretty difficult for me too, just because again, I know the time it takes to spend on social media. For me, I've gotten really good at it to where I don't need to spend a lot of time on it. But I know people where it's like, I'm going to start you at $2,500 a month. And I'm like, I'm not going to start you at 2,500 when I know I'm going to spend 2 hours on you. And if that's not, I just feel, I guess my conscience feels bad. Like, and especially if they're a local business and they can't spend that, it's like, okay, I'm trying to work with you guys on that. And again, I have a lot of clients that will say, I don't have the money and I only really need you to make some videos. Okay, great. Well, then my videos will start at, $75 per video. But what I like to do is I like to make it expensive if they just want one singular thing, and then I'll lower the price slowly if they want the monthly retainer. Because it's nice to get when you know you're gonna get monthly, payment every month, right? So
Mhm.
if it's one thing, it's more expensive. If it's monthly, I'll make it cheaper.
Yeah.
Do you track the ROI for them? So you charge X amount for videos. Can you quantify then or help them quantify, okay, you did get 4 new customers because of this video, so you made 3 times your money back? Are you able
Yeah.
to quantify that for them?
I mean, it's difficult to quantify that because it's like people will say, well, I want to like have 30 customers, in my
Right.
doors because you like posted a social. Well, I can't do that. It's just impossible. What I can do, if it's a business owner who owns like a website, I can say, okay, well, how many times did someone go and click on that website in your bio? And that I can quantify. But I
Right.
just can't quantify, people coming into the business. But what I can say is that people are looking, at this video, and that has to mean that people are coming in because you're just showing face, and that's what's important as well. So even that, it's already value enough.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we are at 6:30. This was amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation, and especially to Carissa. I think everyone found this super valuable. So we'll have to have you back. Hopefully, you can do another class with us.
Thank you. Sorry for the coughing as well. I was not okay.
No, you're fine. That was
Take it.
great.